The media has been on a warpath these past few days with their propaganda working better than ever. I would go into specifics, but many of you are probably aware to why I will be steering clear of this topic, at least exploring it in depth. YouTube videos have been getting taken down left and right for bullying, videos that bring reasonable criticisms to light. I watched many of these videos before they were taken down, and there was no such bullying taking place. I'll leave a link in the description to a person called Esoteric Entity's video, which was taken down from YouTube, and a mirror of theirs was also taken down as well. I'm certainly not saying that every claim made on the internet is true, but you have to wonder, why is Twitter and YouTube on full censorship mode if these claims, these so-called conspiracy theories, were so easy to disprove? The mainstream media and many of their puppets have also continued on a campaign of shame to anyone who doesn't believe the official story. I don't know if you've heard, but if you have not been convinced by the media's parade of signaling virtue, this means you're a bad person. At least, that is what people keep telling me and others. We aren't wrong, we're just bad people, although they never do explain how or why we are wrong. I'm not convinced these kids are actors, but you have to marvel at the haste for which their activist movement mobilized. This is certainly not a grassroots movement. It has too much momentum. Full mainstream media support, including support from the president himself. If we go about things in the way that we are going about them, no one is going to trust one another. We are in a situation of individual truths. With all of that having been said, there was a particular story that caught my attention this morning. It looks like CNN is continuing to push its own conspiracy theory that Russia hacked my election. Of course, while shaming others for their own so-called conspiracy theories. This doesn't surprise anybody. After more than a year of constant anti-Trump propaganda, the only one buying what they are selling are the people who are hearing what they want to hear. The people who don't trust CNN at all have not believed the Russian hysteria for a second. No longer is collusion the claim, by the way, but meddling. That's right, as if no other country meddles in elections or politics. Not that I agree with it, by the way. We have lobbying firms that feature foreign nationals that donate millions of dollars to politicians, and this is something I wish we could end. This influence directly undermines the will of the people. We would also have to be honest that our country itself influences elections throughout the world every year, and this has been common knowledge for decades. I would not even be able to pretend to be outraged about a handful of Facebook accounts that organized a few events. One of the events featuring known Russian agent Michael Moore, by the way. This is insignificant compared to the amount of influence these foreign nationals have. So here is a video of a CNN reporter, journalist, agent of the free press, approaching an old woman, publishing her name by the way, confronting her about her ties to Russian bots.
BS. She may well be one of the unwitting Americans, Trump supporters who helped the Russian internet trolls infiltrate U.S. communities by spreading Russian-made messages without knowing it. But Florin Goldfarb, who still runs the Team Trump Broward Facebook page, thinks that's all BS.
Uh-oh, CNN, she doesn't believe what you're saying. That means she's anti-free press.
Right down to the timing of when Robert Mueller decided to release his indictments.
I think it's a cover-up. That's my opinion. They're covering up for their blunder on the shooting that was done at the high school.
One group the Russians operated under was called Being Patriotic, calling themselves an online community. They were actually Russian internet trolls, according to the FBI, trying to direct unwitting Americans to holding rallies.
Keep in mind, by the way, that these Facebook posts, these groups, brought out a very pitiful amount of people.
Florin Goldfarb posted the information for the Fort Lauderdale flash mob on the Facebook page she still runs. Co-chair of the Team Trump Broward, Dolly Rump, was there, holding a crooked Hillary sign. Dolly Rump wouldn't talk to CNN. Her husband told us by phone, "We are disgusting and not to bother them."
So they asked you not to bother them, and then what you did was publish a national story featuring them. Such journalism, much free press. Wow.
Florin Goldfarb told us, "We are fake news."
Let's hear that one more time.
We are fake news.
See, all CNN needs is an editor to edit down what they say, and they might actually say something that's true.
Part of the cover-up.
But what part of it in this is a cover-up? What, are you saying that's not true, or what?
The Russians, I don't care if they were involved or not, that to me is the least important thing.
But they were involved with you. Did you guys know that?
They weren't involved with us. That's, just make sure that you report it correctly, that,
But you guys were involved with being patriotic, right?
See, this is CNN. They don't report facts. They harass people they don't like. They bully people that disagree with them. Huh. I don't see YouTube taking down their videos. That's a bit weird. I'm sure it's not a double standard or anything. Well, I'll leave a link to the article featuring this video in the description as well. And I would encourage you to watch Esoteric Entity's video on the activists if you're interested in checking out what he had to say, what YouTube doesn't want you to watch. Because I think it's important for everyone to become more informed and be able to decide for themselves what is conspiracy theory and what isn't.